The 100 Mark Reichsbanknote you see here is the famous Flottenhunderter, Fleet Hundred, a large blue 100 Mark note issued in the last years of the German Empire under Kaiser Wilhelm II, with issue dates including April 21, 1910. Issuer Reichsbank, Imperial German Central Bank. Reign Kaiser Wilhelm II, 1888–1918. Denomination 100 Mark, currency of the German Empire. 1 mark equals 100 pfennigs. 1910 date, third issue, dated 21st April. 1910, still the same fleet design, but with some seal printing variations, red versus green seal. Size approximately 207 by 102 millimeters, approximately 8 by 4 inches, a big horse blanket style note by modern standards. It remained a legal tender until June 5, 1925, but effectively disappeared from everyday circulation earlier because of World War I and later inflation. This note is very rich iconographically and is a nice snapshot of late imperial German self-image. Primary color, dark blue on a light blue-gray background. Figures. Mercury, Roman god of trade and commerce, on the left. Ceres, Roman goddess of agriculture, on the right. Seal and serials. A red Reichsbank seal and red serial numbers for the original 1910 issue. A green seal variety also exists. These were printed later post-World War I with the same 1910 date but used during the inflation years 1918 to early 1923. Text, Reichsbanknote, and the standard promise to pay 100 Mark, plus location, Berlin, and the 1910 date line, along with printed signatures of Reichsbank officials. The combination of Mercury and Ceres is intentional. It emphasizes commerce plus agriculture, i.e., German prosperity and productivity. Back, reverse. Main motif, the female figure Germania, personification of the German nation, seated under an oak tree. She holds a shield and sword, emphasizing defense and national strength. Behind her is the imperial fleet, a nod to Germany's rapidly expanding navy, hence the nickname Flottenhunderter, Fleet Hundred, and sometimes Blauer-Hunderter, Blue Hundred. This naval imagery reflects Kaiser Wilhelm II's obsession with building a modern battle fleet to rival Britain's, something that was a big part of German politics and prestige in the years leading up to World War I. Historical context. The note belongs to the gold mark era, German mark on a gold standard, though the gold backing ended at the outbreak of World War I in 1914. Notes with the 1910 date but very long serial numbers are often reissues from the hyperinflation period, 1922 to 1923. Same date, but very different economic reality. So, a 1910 dated 100 Mark note could be an original imperial-era piece from before or during World War I, or a later inflation-era reprint with the same date but printed after 1918. Collectors often distinguish these by seal color, serial style, length, and minor printing details. It's a very popular entry-level imperial German note, big, ornate, and historically interesting, but not extremely rare in circulated condition because so many were originally printed and later hoarded. Values depend on condition, folds, tears, stains, pinholes, etc., whether it's red seal versus green seal, and whether it's an imperial era versus later inflation print. Graded, uncirculated examples can fetch substantially more than typical circulated ones, but everyday collector pieces can be quite affordable. Did you see the watermark? The 100 Mark Reichsbank note of the 1910 Flottenhunderter type has a portrait watermark of Germania. More specifically, it's a large oval-style watermark showing the head of Germania, the female personification of Germany. The watermark is usually visible when you hold the note up to the light, most clearly in the blanker areas of the paper. Here are approximate retail values you might see from dealers or online sales for a genuine note that is truly uncirculated. Green seal uncirculated, roughly in the $80 to $150 range. Exceptional third-party graded pieces can go higher. Red seal uncirculated, generally a bit more desirable, roughly in the $120 to $250 range, depending on eye appeal and grading. Top-graded examples can exceed that. If the note is only about uncirculated, AU 50 to 58, expect maybe $60 to $120 depending on type and eye appeal. If it turned out to be lightly circulated, EF or VF, Values drop more into the $25 to $60 zone